U has two long sounds. Did you know that? It can say its whole name, U, or it can say just that last part, oo. And then it has its short sound, So the tap 2 rule still applies. U will make its long sound and say either U or oo if there's another vowel in the next one or two spots. Or if those next two letters are consonants, it'll say Or if it's a consonant and then the end of the word, it'll just say That sound, your jaw is just hanging there without any real muscles being used. It just hangs without any force. I look funny when I say that. But that's the sound for U, and it's also the sound for the schwa that we learned about in O month last time. So U will say its long sound if one of the next two letters is another vowel, and its long sound can have can be one of two things. It can say its whole name, U, or just that last part, oo. And it will come out naturally based on the shape that your mouth was in when it made the sound before it. So you don't have to really worry too much about which sound it's going to make. I'll show you. Let me share my screen. All right, so let's practice together spelling the word umut. Umut. So we have four sounds in that word. U, m, t. Consonants first. U, m, t. Vowels. U. When you hear U, I mean, you probably know how to spell the word U, but we don't want the word U right now. We want the sound U. And the most common way to spell U is just with a regular U. So we always try that first. Can a U say its name in this spot? Yes, because there's another vowel in the next one or two spots. That allows it to say its name. That's why we dot the vowel so we can see how to spell them. So this can say U. What about this sound? We start with the most common. Can this U say here? Sure can, because there's not a vowel one or two doors down. So it'll say its normal, happy, short sound, All right, why don't you try a word? I want you to spell U-tug. U-tug. And then put it in the chat, in the Q&A for me. U-tug. I can't wait to see how you do. Spell U-tug. U-tug. Oh, you already knew that, Hunter and Bethany, Diana? What, you guys? Nice. Okay, we're spelling U-tug, at the end. We're spelling U-tug. Good, you guys. Beautiful. So our consonants are U, T, G. U, the most common spelling, is just a regular U, and it can say its name right there as long as there's another vowel one or two doors down, which there is right there. So it's perfectly fine saying U there. The most common spelling is another U, as long as there's not a vowel one or two doors down, which there's not, so it can say its short sound here. This is long because there's a vowel one or two doors down. This is short because there's not a vowel one or two doors down. Okay? Number 2. Together. Spun tub. Spun tub. N, t, b. Consonants. Sp, n, t, b. Vowels. Let's try a U. Can it say in that spot? Sure can, because those next two letters are consonants. Same with this U. It can say right here just fine because there's not a vowel one or two doors down. What if, just for fun, you guys, what if I wanted this to say sputub? Sputub. Let me scoot these over and you tell me if it could be spelled this way. Can that say sputub? No, you already know, don't you? because this U has a vowel in the next one or two spots, that would force it to say its name. We don't want it to say its name. We don't want it to say U or oo. We want it to say That requires two consonants after it. If there's not two, make two. There's sputub. Okay, you try your word. I want you to spell prutup. 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 And then drop it in the Q&A. Thank you, Hunter. I have spent a lot of time learning this stuff. I really love learning about words. Prutup. Prutup. And that last sound is p, p. Prutup. Oh, so close, you guys. So far, everybody is just one letter off. Everybody's just one letter off so far. Feel free to, Bethany, that was an autocorrect. I know that that the computer or the phone, whatever you're on, automatically corrected that word for you. So far, everybody is same. So far, everybody is one letter off. You're so close. Think about the like right here. Do, 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 do. If it's a short vowel, it cannot have another vowel in the next one or two spots. What do you have to do? Prutup. Feel free to change your answer. There you go. Good. All right, so our consonants are p, t, p. And if you heard a b right here, if you spelled what you heard, then we're going to count that as correct. I was trying to say a p right here. All right, can this you spell here? No, it can't, right? Because there's a vowel one or two doors down that would make it say its name. I don't want it to say its name. I want it to say its short sound, But short sounds require two consonants after it. If there's not two, make two. Now it's nice and happy in this spot and say it short sound just fine. Can this you say here? Yeah, it's fine. Even though there's not two here, as long as there's not a vowel here or here, it's perfectly fine. So if it's a consonant and then the end of the word, that's totally fine. Okay. This next one's a little bit tricky. I wonder if I want to, because that last one was a little hard. I'm going to come back to this one. I'm going to go to more of a medium, easy medium one. Spell the word, no, we're going to do this one together actually. Flumud. Flumud. So we have d. Consonants. d. Vowels. Oo. We start with the most common spelling. Can this you say oo in this spot? Yeah, because there's a vowel one or two doors away that would make it say its name, you or oo. So it's fine. We're not going to double anything because that would make it that would make it short. We want it to stay long, oo. But here's a short u, which is just fine with a u right here with no double D. All we need is a consonant and then the end of the word is just fine as long as there's not a vowel here or here. So here is flumud. That's why those two u's say two different things because of the letters that come after them. So try one that's similar. Your word is prunub. Prunub. B. At the end, b. Prunub. Prunub. Yes, Hunter, your name came up as Hunter. The cat lives outside now for the most part. I'm sorry. Prunub. Prunub. The last sound is a b, like a boy. Prunub. I'd like to see a couple more in the chat. There we go, Bethany. Good job. Prunub. Okay. Our consonant sounds are p, r, u, n, b. Vowels, oo. We start with the most common, which is a U. Can it say U here or oo? Yes, because there's a vowel, one or two doors name, which allows it to make its long sound. Oo, like that. Prue. What about this We're going to start with a U. Can it say here? Yes, just fine, because there's a consonant and in the end of the word. Okay, there's prunub. How about an even easier one before we go harder? Not to say that it's like super easy or anything. None of these are super easy because you've never seen them before. It's brand new. So it's just maybe not super hard, but still take your time. This word is bruffed. Bruffed. Try this one on your own. Bruffed. Bruffed. The next one we'll do a little harder. Bruffed. Go ahead and put it in the Q&A so I can see how you're doing. On bruffed. Nice, you guys. Bucker, bucker, bruffed. It's a two-letter consonant blend at the beginning. Right here, two consonants together. Ooh, Kaysen, let me talk to you about what you knew about that word. Okay, so our consonants are b, r, f, t. Now some of you knew, and you even knew to double the F. That's amazing. Some of you knew that, like Kaysen, that an ED can say T sometimes, especially if it comes after a voiceless sound like an F. And Kaysen even knew that if you have a one vowel word that ends with an F, a base word, you have to double that F, and then that ED can sound like a T. Kaysen, that was amazing. That was beautiful. So that is correct. That is not wrong. That is correct. This is another way that we can spell it. This is the way that I spelt it. Bruffed. And then we're going to use that U to spell the sound right here. Bruffed. Okay, how about a slightly harder one? Together. We're going to do this one together. Let's do U supub. U supub. U s p b. Consonants. U s p b. Okay. U sup So for the U sound, we're going to start with a U. Can it say U here? Can it say its name or its long sound? Yes, because there's a vowel one or two doors down, so it's perfect. We're going to start with a U. Can it make its short sound here? It cannot, because there's a vowel one or two doors away that would make it say its long sound. U or oo. We want U supub. Is a short sound, and short sounds need two consonants after them, or a consonant and then the end of the word. So if there's not two, then you make two. Now it's nice and happy, and it can say in that spot. And this U can also say here just fine. So there is U supub. All right, you try one without me. Your word is you. Now remember this part, you guys. Okay? Your word is you-lud-up. You-lud-up. U-l-d-up. You-lud-up. 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 All right. Yes, Hunter, you did. You-lud-up. Nice. Beautiful, Carmen. Very good, you guys. You-lud-up. Okay, so our consonants, we have a U and then a O, a D, a It's really important to leave the vowels to the end because otherwise we would have to guess. And we're not learning how to guess good. We're learning how to spell well. And in order to spell with accuracy and confidence, using your brain and not just guessing, you have to know what the consonants are that are after it to know how to spell the vowel sounds. So for this, we always spell the vowels last. That's why we dot them, so we can come back to those at the end. If you want to get it right, if you want to feel really good about yourself, dot the vowels and go do those at the end. So our vowel sounds are U. Can this U spell oo here? Or U? Yeah, because there's another vowel 1 or 2 doors down, so we can say its name just fine. Can this U spell here? Nope. Because look, there's a vowel 1 or 2 doors down. That would make it say U or oo. I want it to say That's a short sound. Short sounds need 2 consonants after them. If there's not 2, make 2. Now it's nice and happy saying in that spot. Same with this U. It can say right here just fine because there's not a vowel there or there. Okay, let's see if we can do you want a monster hard one? You want a really hard one? How about without me, prutundov? No. Erase that one because I haven't taught you about the V at the end. Lumundrup. Lumundrup. Oh, ooh, d, Lumundrup. You can do it. Lumundrup. Lumundrup. We're spelling. Now there's a in the middle. Lu. My mouth is closed. Mun. Now my mouth is open. Lumundrup. Lumundrup. O, oo, d, Make sure you have the same lines as me and the same vowels dotted. That will help you. Lumundrup. Okay. Consonants. We have l, oo, d, p. Now look, I have lumundrup. So if you want to change your answer with what you have right here, feel free to try it from here now that you know what the consonants are. Now we're going to go back and do the vowels. Can a U say oo here? Yes, it can because of the tap 2 rule. Can a U say here? Yes, it can because of the tap 2 rule. Can a U say here? Yes, it can because of the tap 2 rule. So this one says oo or U because there's a vowel 1 or 2 doors down. This one says because there's not. And this one says because there's not. Long sounds need another vowel in the next 1 or 2 spots. Short sounds don't. All right, my friends, so you have learned how great you are. You've learned that, but hopefully you learn that every time. You just keep getting greater and greater every day, right? So you're learning how great you are. That's one thing. You're also learning that, if you didn't already, that U has 2 long sounds. It can say its whole name, U, with your mouth making that big change. It starts like an E and it goes to an oo. U, just like the word you. Or it can just say that last part, oo. So it has U or oo for the 2 long sounds of U. But in order for it to spell that, in order to spell that sound, you have to have another vowel 1 or 2 doors down. If not, if you're just spelling you need 2 consonants or a consonant and then the end of the word. Now, put one word in the chat that will let me know if you got that today. Like if you feel like you understand that you has 2 long sounds and 1 short sound and how to spell each sound. What's one word in the chat that describes how you're feeling about what you learned? Did you get it? Yeah? Did you understand it? Of course you did, you guys. Good, Cam. I'm happy to hear that. Of course you did. You're brilliant. All right, my friends, have a great night being great. We'll see you on Wednesday. Bye, everybody.